The Joe Rogan Experience.
I worked at a record store when that Korn record came out in 1999, and it's when I first really got a glimpse at how fucked we are. Because there's like a Modest Mouse record had come out, and like I sold like 2 or 3 copies of it, and they're just like droves of morons coming in. It's like, I need the new Korn record. I was like, we had boxes upon boxes. Like, fuck, man, we're fucked. And I went into the bathroom, and I was like and thinking about this, and the bathroom, that place was just covered in like pornography, and I was like, this is like so fucked up. And then the movie Idiocracy came out, and I was like, we're fucking living in this shit already. And then the last 5 years have happened. I was like, we're fucking so deep into this shit, man. We're so deep.
Yeah, it's happening at the same time they're cracking the egg that is artificial intelligence, trying to get that fucking thing to
Dude,
hatch.
they need it for certain areas. I went to this rural county fair outside of Nashville a couple weeks ago because my wife wanted to take our baby to see the little piglets and stuff. So we go into that, like the 4-H kind of area, and it's cute and like, you know, real motherfuckers who work their asses off in there. But then we go into the actual fair part and it is these people I sold Korn records to like 20 years ago are now there. And dude, I bought, they had lemonade, right? Which is basically like crunchy lemonade. There's so much sugar in this shit. Like everyone's getting like diabetes on the spot. I ordered 3 large lemonades. They're $6 a piece, right? I gave the woman a $20 bill, and she gives me back $15 and starts talking to me. And as she's doing this, she's like talking about fucking, I'm not joking, Wheel of Fortune, just to no one. And I'm like, this shit.
Oh my God.
I asked Michelle, I was like, Michelle, what do I do? Do I give her, she's like, don't correct this shit. Like, it's going to be way too complicated. Just take it as like, just take the money. Don't feel guilty.
Oh my God.
You're going to embarrass her. She doesn't even know what's happening. She's talking about fucking Vanna White. And it's like, fuck. And I looked around, I was like, man, there's a lot of fucking people on pills in this country or something.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, and then that's where I was like, I started going this rant on the way home. My baby's trying to sleep. I'm like, how is Bernie Sanders talking about paying back college loans when there's people who don't have a middle school or high school education? You know what I mean? A lot of this comes down to just fucking education. You know what I mean? And I was like, that's a really weird way to talk about spending tax dollars. Is on paying back college loans.
Well, I think he just wants to free people from debt. The problem with college loans is people sign up for them when you're young and dumb and you don't exactly know what you're doing. And we're getting to a point in our life where senior citizens.
We knew that we needed to drop out because we wouldn't get a fucking job from Akron University's philosophy department.
Yeah, we started the band with debt. We both had debt from school.
We both had debt.
Almost everybody does.
I actually went to this art school for a minute.
They let recruiters come into the fucking high schools. It seems criminal to me.
It's kind of weaselly. They're
kind of
talking you into something.
Check it out. I went to this school.
Maybe a good thing for you.
I went to this school for 2 quarters called the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, right? And I didn't know that it wasn't accredited. I didn't know shit. They came and they recruited me, and I couldn't get into any art school. I had horrible grades in math. So I tested into like 4 years of remedial math. So I was like, I don't want to fucking do that. I like photography or whatever. And after 2 quarters, I had a teacher who just like came up to me in the morning, like after a 10 o'clock or 10:30 class or whatever, like reeked of whiskey. And he's like, I need to talk to you. And he busted out his portfolio, which is all at this point. This is like 1998. This shit's from the mid 70s, dusty. All the colors are faded. He's like, do you want to do this with your life? And it's photographs of cabinets. He's like, I photographed cabinets. You get the fuck out of here, kid. Basically.
Oh my God.
He's like, this degree is meaningless. It's unaccredited. You want to fucking be loading cameras rest of your fucking life? He's like, you're the only one in here that gives a fuck. And I was like, you fucking serious? He's like, I'm fucking serious. And I went home and I was like, Dad, I think I made a mistake. And this school was like $8,000 a quarter. It was fucking expensive. And
wow.
And I dropped out. So then I drop out and I had this whole other experience. But fast forward to 2014, we're on tour. We're about to go to Pittsburgh. I'm talking to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. They're like, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, I love Pittsburgh. From Akron, 2 hours away. I actually used to live there. I went to this school. Actually, it's one of the biggest scams of all fucking time. And they're like, what school? Like, Art Institute of Pittsburgh. And like, it became like local news for weeks. Like, so I did a pre-tour interview with the same writer a couple weeks ago. He's like, hey man, remember that interview we did about, and you were talking shit on the Art Institute of Pittsburgh? I was like, yeah. He's like, they went out of business. And I'm like, literally, they kind of hold you accountable for it.
Whoa.
And I'm like, well, how does a college go out of business? Because they're scamming fucking kids. Oh, it was a scam. A lot of college is a fucking scam.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like I know. I had a relative who was going to. I've paid for a lot of fucking liberal arts schools. You would be surprised how much I've paid for. I never went to a school, but I help out family members and shit. I paid for a year at Oberlin, which is not fucking cheap. You know what I mean? I should get a fucking honorary degree from this shit. I've paid for this shit, but I don't have a fucking education. I got asked to pay for some of Lewis and Clark. You know, and it's fucking $60,000 a year school in Portland. Man, and there's a school called Oberlin, super liberal arts school, really cool radio station, a lot of cool people go to the conservatory, you know, man, but very liberal school. And Dan and I are pretty liberal motherfuckers, you know, and it's not far from Akron. It's close. So I would drive to Oberlin.
They had good shows there.
Yeah, 60 miles. My girlfriend went there at the time, and I would go see concerts and all kinds of shit. But every time I would go there, like all these kids that were like from New York City, rich kids from New York or whatever, would be like, oh man, I would express an opinion about something, and they'd be like, man, you're just a townie, dude, like just a townie. I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You just have your parents have a bigger bank account than mine. That's the only difference, you fucking asshole. And I don't feel bad that you don't have a job after you have a fucking degree here. You fucking dick. Like,
Jesus Christ, this is so specific.
I mean, I'm serious. I don't feel bad that you don't have a job after going to college. I was like, what? I mean, I don't know. I was like fully prepared to, when I dropped out of school, if the Black Keys thing hadn't worked, start a lawn care business. I don't know. Wash people's fucking windows. I don't really know. I wasn't going to write papers. I wasn't going to write academic papers. I knew that much. Believe it or not.
This is a tour, basically. This is what tour
is. This is what you guys do?
Yeah.
This is it, man.